On my birthday, my parents gave my brother a watch and me a lecture. The cake had his name on it. I laughed along so I wouldn't cry. That night, I packed a hoodie, $60, and vanished. 2 weeks later, my dad called me sobbing, "Your room's still here. Please pick." I woke up on my 18th birthday expecting nothing. That's what you learn when you're the invisible kid. My brother is 2 years younger, but he's always been the golden child, literally. When he crashed dad's car into a mailbox at 16, they asked if he was traumatized. When I forgot to vacuum before dinner once, I got grounded for a week. That Saturday morning, I came downstairs and found my dad tying a bow on a sleek black ox. My brother was bouncing on his heels. My mom turned around, smiled at him, and said, "Perfect timing. Open it." Nobody looked at me. My brother tore into the box and pulled out a $400 silver watch, real leather band, Roman numerals. He slipped it on his wrist and said, "Dad, this is so sick." I stood there waiting for someone to remember why the day actually mattered. Finally, my mom glanced over and said, "Don't look so sour. It's not always about gifts. When you're older, you'll understand what really matters." I asked about cake. My brother said, "Oh, we already did that while you were sleeping. You had cake without me? It was just a small thing," my mom said quickly. "Nothing big. Whose name was on it?" Silence. Then my brother smirked. "Mine. I mean, it was supposed to be a joint thing, but it's not your birthday. Don't be dramatic," my dad snapped. "It's just a cake." I laughed, sharp and short, because if I didn't laugh, I was going to cry right there in front of them, and I refused to give them that. That night, I sat on my bed in the dark for 2 hours, just staring, thinking about every birthday, every achievement, every moment I'd tried to matter, and I realized they were never going to see me the way I needed them to. So at midnight, I made a decision. I grabbed my backpack, stuffed in a hoodie, a water bottle, 3 granola bars, and the $60 I'd been saving in an envelope in my sock drawer. I had my ID and a phone charger. That was it. I slipped out the back door and didn't look back. I figured I'd crash at the downtown church shelter for a few days, maybe find a couch to serve. I didn't have a plan. I just knew I couldn't stay in a house that treated me like a ghost. For 2 weeks, I bounced around, stayed at the shelter, then found a room for rent setup with a retired mechanic. $130 a week for a mattress in his garage behind a plywood wall. It smelled like oil and rust, but it was warm. And for the first time in my life, I didn't have to apologize for existing. I got a job unloading trucks at a warehouse, started filling out college applications at the library on computers that timed out every 30 minutes. I didn't tell them where I was, didn't want them to find me until I had something to show for it. Then, 2 weeks in, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I let it ring. It buzzed again, then a third time. I answered. Before I could say anything, my dad's voice came through, choked up, barely a whisper. "Your room's still here," he said. "Please, just tell me where you are. Please." I hung up. 2 days later, another voicemail, this time angrier. "I don't know what you think you're proving, but this isn't how family works. You don't just vanish." Funny, because I'd spent 18 years feeling like I already had. I stayed gone, kept working, kept grinding. 3 months later, I got an email from my high school counselor. She said my parents had contacted the school to withdraw my transcripts and cancel my college applications. They told the school I wouldn't be attending college and to stop all correspondence. They tried to erase my future. I called the school immediately, spent 2 days untangling the mess. A few deadlines had passed. I missed a scholarship I actually had a shot at. That's when I stopped feeling guilty and started planning. I applied to community college on my own, paid the fee myself, wrote an essay so raw, I cried hitting submit, and a month later, I got the letter. Accepted. Full scholarship. I didn't call them, but I posted it publicly on Facebook with a caption, "To the family who gave my birthday cake to someone else. Thanks for teaching me I didn't need you." That post got 47,000 shares in 3 days. My phone exploded. Old neighbors messaged me, teachers, friends, and buried in the notifications, dozens of missed calls from my mom and dad. I let every single one ring, because the best revenge isn't screaming. It's succeeding so loudly they can't pretend you don't exist, and then walking away anyway. Now I'm graduating with honors. Got a dog, an apartment, a life they'll never be part of, and their golden boy, he's still living at home.